I think it's exceptionally disappointing that you're looking at an Arab American witness before you and saying you support Hamas.
You know what's disappointing to me?
I do not support Hamas. I do not support Hamas.
You don't support UNRWA. You don't support Hamas. You don't.
I was very clear in my support for UNRWA.
Hezbollah, and you don't support Iran. You should hide your head in a bag.
Okay, coming out of this story, I feel sure that everyone watching this will think that one of the people in that video should hide their head in a bag. Let's find out together who it will be. But I love that video was put together by the main show crew, and it was awesome. But anyway, we need to talk about what you saw there, because that is the executive director of the Arab American Institute, Maya Berry, being questioned by obviously a cartoon character. No, it's Senator Kennedy. And so what sounds like's happening in that little clip that we showed you is she is refusing to denounce a bunch of organizations, which theoretically, from the point of view of the Republicans, would make her look bad. I mean, oh my God, if she's being given an opportunity to denounce or separate herself from Hamas and she's not doing that, well, that will make her look like a radical. And that would be a great moment for Senator Kennedy. He might go viral from that. The issue is that that's not actually what happened at all. And he was utterly unprepared for that. He had no backup plan.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
And so we're gonna walk you through it. Let's jump into this first clip to demonstrate what I'm talking about.
You support Hamas, do you not?
Senator, oddly enough, I'm going to say thank you for that question, because it demonstrates the purpose of our hearing today in a very effective way.
Let's start first with a yes or no.
Hamas is a foreign terrorist organization that I do not support. But you asking the executive director of the Arab American Institute that question very much puts the focus on the issue of hate in our country.
Well, I got your answer, and I appreciate it. What is the, you support Hezbollah too, don't you?
Again, I find this line of questioning extraordinarily disappointing, Senator.
No?
That you have Arab American constituents that you represent in your great state.
Yes, ma'am, I understand that, but my time's limited, and I apologize. But is that a yes or a no?
Yes or no question to do I support Hezbollah? The answer is I don't support violence, whether it's Hezbollah, Hamas, or any other entity that invokes it.
You can't bring yourself.
Okay, so I apologize, but my time is limited, as is my brain. So what he wanted was, he's like, okay, so this is a Muslim woman. So obviously she's evil and obviously she's a terrorist. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask her if she supports Hamas. And she's not gonna wanna say no, because she's evil and she's a terrorist, obviously, except no. And he even admitted, thank you for your answer or whatever, which again, to anyone other than a bigot would have been the expected answer. He's surprised by her or whatever. He's going to reverse on that later on, so bear that in mind. And then he asked about Hezbollah too, which is also, again, the idea that she would automatically support terrorist organizations because she's a Muslim is obviously bigoted and terrible. And yet he got the no. But is he going to back off of this failed attempt to spin some sort of rhetorical web around her? No. Take a look at this.
Well, first, what's the United Nations Relief and Works Agency?
It's UNRWA, which is the institution that exists to provide services and aid to the nearly 6 million Palestinian refugees.
And you called our decision to cut funding for them, quote, an incredible moral failure, close quote.
That is absolutely correct. But again, I would suggest that conversation is about foreign policy.
We did that because 9 UNRWA staff members were fired for actually helping Hamas on October 7th. Isn't that the case?
I don't believe that that's correct in terms of...
Let me ask you one more time. You support Hamas, don't you? You support UNRWA and Hamas, don't you?
Sir,
please.
I think it's exceptionally disappointing that you're looking at an Arab American witness before you and saying you support Hamas.
You know what's disappointing to me?
I do not support Hamas. I do not support Hamas.
You don't support UNRWA. You don't support Hamas. You don't.
I was very clear in my support for UNRWA.
Hezbollah, and you don't support Iran. You should hide your head in a bag.
Okay, so she paused for a second because, as you could probably hear in the background, someone was interrupting the hearing and shouting or whatever. But that was amazing. I think there should be classes that study that interaction, because he starts talking. You can't bring yourself to say, as he's doing that, she says, I don't support them. And he pushes past her saying again, she's already said it. She's saying it again. He's like, you can't, stop interrupting me with that. You don't support Hamas stuff. You can't get yourself to say you don't support Hamas. She already said it. She said it as you were saying she wouldn't say it. And she'd said it earlier. You already gave her credit for saying it. This is the issue. When you have people that have been in rooms with intelligent people, they've been in rooms with people who have come prepared and have actually gotten a witness to look bad or admit something or reveal something. And they're like, well, I wants me some of that, but they're idiots. They're dumb little donkeys who don't actually know how to do it. They don't have the brains. They're not willing to do the work. They don't have the staff. They don't do the research. And so instead he comes and he's like, well, this should be easy. She's a Muslim, so clearly she's an idiot and a racist. So he's just gonna try to get her to not like evade it or refuse to say that she doesn't support them. She says it over and over and over and over again, and he has nothing. He has nothing because he doesn't know anything about. He knows, well, I guess they're bad. So if she won't say she doesn't support them, then she'll look bad, and that's it. That's literally it. By the way, the reference to the UNRWA employees, there was a UN probe that found that 9 may have been involved in the October 7th attack. Not that they were involved in the attack. And I want you to bear in mind when he uses the may that he turns into was to justify removing the funding, those 9 members. Okay, if you found out that 9 members of TYT staff had supported some terror attack, that would look really bad because we're just a small handful of people. There are 32,000 employees of that organization, 32,000. That's a lot of people. Not as many people have been killed in Gaza, but it's still a very large number of people. 14,000 of them alone in Gaza, and there were 9. Maybe not. But maybe there were 9. And if there are 9, that's bad. That's obviously bad. But the idea that, oh, from now on, we're just going to refer to it as a terror organization because as someone in the chat is doing the numbers, it's something like 0.03% may have been involved in something terrible, then that's as dim-witted as the rest of what Kennedy had to say there. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?